يا ساتر يا رب. يا ساتر يا رب.
I knew that was a pattern. What happens the next day? You got the twins right there, and you got the fire. Fires burned into the morning daylight hours, with explosions also reported at the Karaes oil field in what the Houthis said was a successful attack involving 10 drones. So the Houthis are doing some sort of drone attack, but they have a pipe in. Look, just fires burned in the morning daylight hours with the Houthis saying it was a successful attack. Well, what are you guys talking to the Houthis? You guys involved with the Houthis? Are the Houthis, you know what I'm saying? Oh, with the Houthis saying, like, what do you mean the Houthis saying? So they involved 10 drones. The attacks are our right. These attacks are our right. And when we warn the Saudis that our targets will keep expanding, a rebel military spokesman said on Houthi-operated Al-Mashira TV. Yeah, but, you know, all these ground forces are manipulated. Or at least this one is. Just like that one on the island. Satellite images shows the extent of fires following the attacks in eastern Saudi Arabia. That's the Euphrates, yeah? It talks about the, remember that thing that was that island? Remember on that island? And it talks about the souls coming from the Euphrates. It's pretty crazy. Saudi authorities initially slow or reluctant to identify the cause of the major blaze. On Saturday, issued a confirmation via the Saudi press agency. At 4 a.m., the industrial security teams of Aramco started dealing with fires at two of its facilities in Abek and Caracas, as a result of drones, an Interior Ministry statement said, which further claimed the fires were under control. Burkak City view of Aramco facilities burned, very likely to be an attack of some sort, as gunshots are also heard. Gunshots?
افهم حاجة الحريقة هنا اللي هناك ده اتولع عليه يعني يلا اقسم.
What? Wait, what?
بالله يا عم نروح. هيك واحد يكون ظابط يكون متابع كل اغرب. في ازازة حق. ايوه يا الله سترك يا الله سترك يا الله سترك.
However, the Saudis have stopped short of acknowledging the Houthis were behind the attack, which Riyadh is also likely to blame on Iran, which has lately promised that if it can't support its oil, then no one will. It remains unclear, according to early statements, whether there were injuries or casualties in the twin oil facilities. Burn. I knew they patterned it. That's the freaking Israelis. They patterned it. The twin oil.
What?
The twin oil facility attacks. Look at the twins. You can go look at my freaking video. It patterned it yesterday. Whatever this is. What is this? Bukek? In Saudi Arabia. Arab Twitter? Holy hell. And some of the video captured by onlookers outside a Bakak facility. How do you say this freaking word here? Bakak? Bakak? Let's look it up. Twins. Really? You can't, I can't look that up? Okay, copy it. Paste it. Go. Abqaiq or whatever is a Saudi Aramco gated community and oil processing facilities located in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia. Located in the desert, 60 kilometers southwest of Dharam Khobar metropolitan area and north of the Rub al Khali, the second largest sand desert in the world, also known as the Empty Quarter. Drone attacks strike major Saudi oil facility. Let's go images. Look at there. Yeah, so you got the twins in there. I showed you the twins. I showed you the twins, and I knew it was twins. Oh my gosh. Look at the twin. Look at how they're. Look at this. Go check out my video yesterday. You'll see the twins on the very front cover, and now you got the twins with the fire in the middle. How the hell is that not patterning? That's patterning. Holy shit, look at that.
What can I do for you? Good question, my new metallic.
Look at this.
The secret is to always be one step ahead of the competition.
So this was all done by drones, eh?
For example, some say that a powerful tyrant died at one of these gatherings some time back.
Saudi oil facility set ablaze by 10 Yemenis drones or whatever. I don't believe that for a second. They've been patterning that excuse. No. I don't believe it.
You interrupted me. Yes, this wretched place. You know, we have been meeting here for a few hundred years. You went...
Look at this.
How dare! All right, everybody. Bob on over to the stage, because we've got Beholder Bingo!
Okay, now's your chance to leave that party.
In some of the video captured by onlookers outside Bakak facility, gunfire in or around the complex was apparent. A second video filmed from the same parking lot shows another large explosion. Both videos are filmed from across the street from the Aramco compound and are facing south-southeast. A third video filmed from around the corner from the first two. The impact on the global oil markets closed for the weekend could be significant given the Kuras field produces more than about 1% of all the world's oil, estimated at over 1 million BPD and reserves of over 20 billion BPD. And more importantly, Abqaiq, which based on the stunning local footage bore the brunt of the drone attacks, remains the most crucial of the kingdom's processing plants. Located 37 miles southwest of Aramco's Duran headquarters, it controls all the flows from the fields, like the giant Gawar field, to the coastal export terminals like Ras Tanura. Saudi Aramco describes the Brakak facility as the largest crude oil stabilization plant in the world. Meanwhile, the United States was quick to strongly condemn the attack amid already soaring tensions in the Gulf after a summer of tanker wars and Iranian threats of walking away altogether from the 2015 nuclear deal. The U.S. envoy to Saudi Arabia issued a statement saying the U.S. strongly condemns today's drone attacks against the oil facilities in Abqaiq and Karas, or whatever that is. These attacks against crucial infrastructure endanger civilians, are unacceptable, and sooner or later will result in innocent lives being lost. According to Reuters reports, the drone attacks will impact up to 5 million BPD of oil production, which suggests that the price of oil, already severely depressed by recent news that Michael Bolton is out, making de-escalation with Iran far more likely, is set to soar when trading reopens late on Sunday. Just what the upcoming Aramco IPO desperately needs. Desperately what they need. Is set to soar when trading reopens late on Sunday. Just what the upcoming Aramco IPO desperately needs. Which in turn has prompted some to wonder if the Yemen attack on Saudi Arabia wasn't in fact orchestrated by Saudi interests. 18 years after September 11th, they shouldn't sound all that outlandish. Wars and rumors of wars, ladies and gentlemen. The twins. The twins. Come on. Go look at my video yesterday. Come on, it's patterning. It's called patterning. You got the twins right there. Get out of here. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Hello, my fellow patriots. I'm Cade Courtley, former Navy SEAL platoon commander, sniper, and best-selling author of The SEAL Survival Guide, and I have something very exciting to share with you. This is the Patriot Power Cell. This is not only essential in life-threatening situations, but it's also incredibly valuable on a daily basis. Now, this pocket-sized power plant would keep your phone, tablet, GPS, or other electronics operating when access to power is not available. Great, drop it, bounce it around in your backpack, and it will not keep the Patriot Power Cell from keeping you powered up. This is a term in special operations we refer to as ruggedized. I would not go out on a real-world mission today without this. Look, it's not only tough, but also has 8,000 milliamps of power. Now couple that with its 2 USB ports, and you can simultaneously charge 2 devices multiple times over. But one of the best things about this incredible piece of life-saving equipment is the built-in 1.5 watt solar cell to recharge this unit. I mean, sure, you can plug the Patriot Power Cell into a wall plug or any USB. When that's not available, like out here, you have a built-in solar cell as an option to charge from the sun. And get this, you can recharge your power cell as you charge your phone at the same time. It's amazing. Well, it doesn't stop there. The Patriot Power Cell also has a built-in super bright LED flashlight that also has a strobe SOS option. This is so important because if you find yourself in an emergency situation where you're lost or your car is broken down in an isolated area, the strobe feature will easily help others find your location. We've really thought of everything in this compact, rugged device. You can charge multiple devices simultaneously, recharge it using the power of the sun with its integrated solar panel, and know that even in the dark of night, you will have an ultra-bright LED flashlight. Finding your way in the woods is a lot easier when you have a strong beacon to guide you. It's ideal for something as common as having to change a flat tire at night. I've seen, in my experience, we need to learn from past disasters. When Mother Nature hammers us with major storm events, or if there's a terrorist attack that will wipe out the power grid, the Patriot Power Cell is absolutely vital in a crisis or power loss situation. A cell phone can be your lifeline, and it's at times like these when you need to have power to work. I strongly suggest Grid Power Cell. Keeping one in your car, your bug-out bag, or even in your purse or briefcase makes it useful for not only life-threatening emergencies, as well as everyday ones like running out of juice in the airport. As someone who has spent half of my life in some of the most hostile places on the planet, I can confidently endorse the Patriot Power Cell. To me, it's the very best power charging product on the market and something you and your loved ones must have. For Patriots, be a survivor, not a statistic.
Eric, what are you doing? Can't hear you.
We will turn now to the radical extreme socialist Democratic Party. Tonight, we, the American people, you shouldn't be alarmed. Just 24 hours ago, all the Democrats running for the highest office in the land basically pushed a Venezuela-style socialism as the solution to all of America's problems. By the way, they didn't talk once about the American economy and the revival under Donald Trump. Shocking. Not even a single question from their friends in the media mob. They called for a hostile government takeover of the entire private healthcare industry with proposals to kick all Americans off their private healthcare plans. Not an option. They called for a hostile government takeover of the private energy sector, putting all oil and gas companies out of business. Hate to tell you, that's the lifeblood of our economy. And boy, what a setback that would be now that we are, for the first time in 75 years, energy independent under Trump. They called for government-run universal child care, pre-K, government-mandated wages. Oh, let's see, vacations, healthy food, retirement, everything's free, free, free. They even pushed government-mandated gun confiscation from law-abiding citizens. Socialism 101, and it is now the status quo. There are no moderates inside the Democratic Party. Now, we start our debate analysis with creepy, sleepy, crazy Joe 30330. And his once-strong poll numbers have taken a dive, and for good reason. Well, if you ever had a fastball, it's long gone. I don't think he even has a, softball. And by most accounts, Biden's debate performance was a rambling, confused disaster. The only person interrupting Joe was Joe. Look at your screen. All starts with an apparent problem inside of Biden's mouth. This is very bizarre, this whole thing here. Look at this.
A measure to require expanded background checks died on the Senate floor. If you couldn't get it done after Sandy Hook, why should voters give you another chance?
Because it got done before. I'm the only one up here who's ever beat the NRA. Only one ever beat the NRA nationally.
All right, believe it or not, it only got worse from there. It was not a good night for Biden. Here's more take.
The option I'm proposing is a Medicare for all, Medicare for choice. The president thing, my friend from Vermont, as a young congressman, as a young councilman, play the radio, make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone, make sure the kids hear words. I'm the vice president of the United States.
Hate to say it, I don't want to see his medical records. He looks like he's aged 20 years since he left office. I don't know why. Biden's performance was actually so bad, some of the other Democrats on stage actually questioned his state of mind. Uh-oh, yeah, they went there. Take a look.
They do not have to buy in.
You just said that. You just said that 2 minutes ago. You just said 2 minutes ago that they would have to buy in. You said they would have to buy in.
Have to buy in. If you qualify
are you forgetting what you said 2 minutes ago? Are you forgetting already what you said just 2 minutes ago? I mean, I can't believe that you said 2 minutes ago that they had to buy in, and now you're saying they don't have to buy. You're forgetting that.
There are definitely moments where you listen to Joe Biden and you just wonder. But I don't know. Look.
Senator, are you saying he's just too old to be president?
No, I'm definitely not saying that, because I've listened to Joe Biden over the years and often felt like there were times that he is going on or meandering in his speech.
Uh-oh, they're going there. Maybe he just had a really bad night. Maybe he's not a great debater. Maybe he's not good at speaking and campaigning. Now, Sarah Palin, I thought, beat him in that debate pretty handily. One thing is certain, if Biden somehow limps across the finish line, wins his party's nomination, I think the president, President Trump, I think he'll be pretty happy with that result. Anyway, no matter who the president faces in the general election, well, frankly, we can all expect Democrats to once again weaponize the politics of race. Now, we see it every 2 and 4 years. I have given the history on this show many, many times. They pretty much call half of America racist, white supremacist. Republicans are racist, sexist, misogynist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic. Oh, they want dirty air, water. They want to kill children. They want grandma and grandpa to eat dog food and cat food before they have Paul Ryan throw them over a cliff. Didn't change last night. They were in rare form.
Racism in America is endemic. It is foundational. We can mark the creation of this country not at the 4th of July, 1776, but August 20th, 1619, when the first kidnapped African was brought to this country against his will and in bondage and as a slave.
Racism,
Racial bias.
systemic racism, racist, systemic racism, racist, white supremacy, racism, white supremacy, racism, white supremacy is racist, systemic racism.
There is institutional segregation in this country.
Now, last night, when Democrats weren't busy playing the race card, they dedicated a lot of time to really pushing their insane socialist policies. Medicare for all. Very expensive.
Hey, I want to show you something. Go ahead and skip this video if you don't like gadgets.
And you can't have private insurance. Take a look.
On Medicare for all, costs are going to go up for wealthier individuals and costs are going to go up for giant corporations. But for hardworking families across this country, costs are going to go down, and that's how it should work.
Every study done shows that Medicare for all is the most cost-effective approach to providing health care to every man, woman, and child in this country.
Anyone who can't afford it gets automatically enrolled in the Medicare type option we have, et cetera. But guess what? Of the 160 million people who like their health care now, they can keep it.
Now, when you hear Medicare for all with no private insurance option, okay, as bad as Obamacare Keep Your Doctor Plan Save Money was, think of that 1,000 times worse with no exit escape hatch. As it stands now, because of Obamacare, nearly 40% of all U.S. counties, nearly half the country, they only have one insurance option in the Obamacare market. Only one choice. That's 40% of the country. Premiums, nobody saved money. Premiums have skyrocketed, and many people lost their doctors. And the federal price tag for all this suffering will be trillions of dollars. Under Medicare for all, that system, it will even be worse. You don't get to keep your doctor plan. In fact, in a Medicare for all system, every American would even lose their private health insurance. The government would be the only insurance. To top it off, your taxes, they're going to explode. That's right, according to multiple studies. Look at Bernie's Medicaid. Medicare for all plan. It comes with an estimated price tag of 24 to 36 trillion. That's with a T dollars over 10 years. In other words, our entire federal budget is only $4 trillion a year. Well, to put it another way, all of your income taxes will need to pretty much double just to cover that cost of that one program. That doesn't include the Green New Deal, and there's more, because almost every Democrat, they support a version of the insanely expensive Green New Deal to battle so-called climate change. Look at your screen. Bernie Sanders, he wants to spend a whopping, I'm trying to figure out, scratching my conservative head here, $16 trillion. $16 trillion. Even the so-called moderate Amy Klobuchar has a plan that costs more than $1 trillion. That's on the low end. That's just the tip of the iceberg for Democrats and their big socialist plans literally take the greatest system of wealth creation and pretty much destroy it in about 24 hours. Take a look.
We should be talking about rehabilitation. Nobody should be in jail for a nonviolent crime.
I'm going to do something unprecedented tonight. My campaign will now give a freedom dividend of $1,000 a month for an entire year to 10 American families, someone watching this at home right now.
Start with our babies by providing universal child care for every baby age 0 to 5, universal pre-K for every 3-year-old and 4-year-old in this country.
Everyone up here favors an assault weapon ban. Everyone up here favors magazine limitations.
This is an incredible burden on millions and millions of young people who did nothing wrong except try to get the education they need. We are going to cancel all student debt in this country.
Kamala Harris says it's not about cost, it's about an investment. Every time you hear the word from a politician about investment, that means raise your taxes. And we're investing. That's what we're doing. But one of the more shocking proposals from last night's debate came from Beto Bozo Robert Francis O'Rourke, who made it perfectly clear he's coming for your guns. Get ready.
Holy shit, things are rad. Nice and roomy, but they don't fall off.
Oh my God.
Ready.
You said, quote, Americans who own AR-15s and AK-47s will have to sell them to the government, all of them. You know, the critics call this confiscation. Are you proposing taking away their guns, and how would this work?
I am. Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore.
Hell yes, only the criminals will have those. If you stand back and observe all the Democrats and their radical extremist proposals, you're going to find one common theme: centralization of power and money in order to protect law-abiding Americans from themselves. It is a scary ideology. America doesn't reject it. I see a lot of trouble ahead.